You're inspired and excited about the opportunity that you have on your hands, and I'm excited for you. So, we're going to start here by starting with a video. So, just give me a second to share my screen, and let's kick off with this video, and I'll be right back. All right. This video never gets old. I absolutely love it. Oh, it wants to start over again. Let me get us out of here. All right, you guys. So happy to be with you tonight. Thank you for jumping on this orientation. Today I was thinking, you know what? Training equals reigning. And I think that you want to grow a business that has some serious productivity and profit. So great job for getting on here. Great job for getting your team on here. If you are a brand new planner, welcome to Remon. This is an absolutely beautiful community, an incredible opportunity. If you have been around for a while, then congratulations on coming in here and getting a refresher. And this is the place to be tonight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing some slides with you here in the beginning, but the first thing I want to do is share my story with you. So everybody here has a story. It's really important that you actually get this story condensed down to maybe a minute, right? That you can share with people. So here's my story. 1 year ago, I was speaking in South Korea for the first time. I was at a ministry event, and I walk in and I see about 2,000 glass faces. Now, I was turning 50, and I didn't look like a 50-year-old Korean person in that room. And I thought, what are these people doing? This is insane. Well, I happened to get this incredible product in my luggage. I was told about this opportunity. I put it in my bag. I did not know if I was going to do the business. I was actually pretty hesitant because my life was so full. But when I got home, I thought, I'm so excited to put this on my face because I had spent so much money on expensive skincare and my face was so dry. I regret not showing you my before picture tonight because you would agree, wow, Jenny, you needed help. So I woke up the next morning after using it for the first time and I couldn't believe it. I was in the mirror touching my face going, what is happening? I made my husband touch my face. Touch it, feel it, because it was hydrated. It felt so amazing. I started texting a friend of mine that owned a med spa. I text my mom, basically just saying, you guys have to get this on your face. 5 days later, I decided I'm doing this. And there was this green light go in my spirit. And I got so excited about what this company could be for my family. And I got my mom going, I got my other ministry friends going, and it has been such an incredible blessing for me and my family, not just the income, although that's been wonderful, but it's been this incredible community. And I'm so excited for you to have this. I'm excited for you to be a part of this incredible community. So I'm going to share my screen again here and kind of walk us through launching your business. This is so important. The orientation tonight is starting with this welcome to the Remon community. This is not just a sales transaction that you're getting into. You're actually becoming a part of a community, which is a group of people on a common mission. This is a movement. We're not just here just to check some boxes. No, there is great purpose in building an incredible community here, and I'm excited about that for you. Here's the agenda tonight. You're going to learn about a support system. So we are in business for ourselves. I like that. I like being my own boss. I don't have a boss in Remon. I get to boss myself around, which I enjoy. I get to give myself time off. I get to decide when I'm working. But here's the thing. You're not in business by yourself. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. What do I mean by that? You have a system here and you have a community of people that are going to help you. That is really important, especially when it comes to this industry. Then we're going to talk about launching your business tonight. And then there's some incredible, exciting announcements. So it's going to be an incredible night tonight. Now, this is all really exciting. A little bit of history on Remon. You may have seen this slide before, but it's really good for you to have this tucked in your pockets so that you can share this with other people. But Remon was established in Korea in 2018. Now, this blew my mind, but there was 2.5 billion with a B in revenue just in the first couple years of this company. That is a lot of sales. Now, South Korea is the size of Indiana, just to kind of give you some perspective here. 50 million people population, and they were rated the #1 K-beauty brand. 40 million? Look how many zeros that is. 40 million bottles sold in Korea. You know what that means? That wherever you live, there is an incredible opportunity for the people around you. I don't know how many people in your neighborhood know about Remon yet, but the good news is you know about it. And you have this incredible opportunity to share it, to be one of the first people to do that. This is incredible timing to be in this company right now. So North America launched in March 18th, 2023. So we're just past the 2-year mark. And that is great news because we have huge success in just, 7-year history since the inception of 2018. But here we are 7 years later with a track record that you can rely on. And that's important because you are we call it first movers advantage, where you are one of the first people in your community to hear about this. And that is a great time for you to be in this company. The Taiwan launch was in December of 2023. Hong Kong was in July of 2024. Mexico, Malaysia, Singapore launched in April 2025. And we have Philippines coming up and many other countries. In fact, I was telling some friends, the projection is 50 countries in 5 years and beyond that for the 10-year mark. That is really cool because you can have a business that is global, not just limited to your community, your state, your nation, but it can be all over the world. So that's pretty neat. But you have to have a good product to do that, right? You can't have a subpar product. And that's what's so exciting about Remon. And when I tell you that I have spent thousands of dollars on my skin, that is no exaggeration. So when Remon got on my face, I said, I cannot believe these guys figured out how to do this to skin. And so I started looking into what does Remon do that other companies are not doing, because there was a drastic difference. Well, the philosophy of Remon is very unique. What they've done is they've combined century-old Korean rituals and basically proven methods for skincare, centuries old. They've combined that with the advanced science that we have now, modern science. When you put those two together, what do you have? You have a unique product. And our products are designed really to create a healthy skin barrier, to have lasting hydration, and have this radiant glow. Now, If I was on a Zoom with you a little over a year ago, my face would not be glowing like this. I'd be looking at somebody like me on a Zoom thinking, how do they get that glow? It doesn't matter what I put on my face, it just dries up and sinks into my skin. I have dull complexion. So I love the Remon Glow. Now I'm going to insert this for you right now. And this is just you know, a Jenny tip that I think will take you far. Okay. Here it is. Don't go without the glow. Don't go out without the glow because your face is a billboard. It will start up conversations for you. And sometimes I see planners and they don't look like they've used the products in a couple days. And I'm thinking, well, that's too bad because I have people say to me, what do you do to your face? Just 2 days ago, I was at a ministry conference and I knew of a lady who owned 2 spas. And I thought, I need to tell her about Remon. I'm going to see if she'd be willing to try it with her estheticians. So I walked up to her and I started talking to her about Remon. Hey, would you guys be willing to check this out? See what you think. And she said, well, what's crazy is, and now we were in a room of like 300, maybe more people. And she said, I noticed your skin and asked myself, what in the world is she using? Now, what if I had not used my Remon for a couple days or even that morning? She may or may not want to try it. Another girl I was talking to at the same conference, we were in a dark room during a banquet, and I said, yeah, I sell Korean skincare. She literally reaches over and moves my bangs out of my face, like, let me look. Let me see what your skin looks like. Because she wanted to know, oh, okay, if you sell the skincare, let me see what your skin looks like. Don't go without the glow. Now, the pricing of this product is insane. We call it affordable luxury skincare. When I told this gal that owned the spas that the products I use are multi-layer system of the Korean ways, which I love all the layering, and I told her the price of the signature ritual, she was like, what? Whoa. And I said, I know, it's kind of crazy. And so I love the pricing of our products, so affordable for anybody to use. And then, of course, we have this incredible plan with Remon, and you want a plan. And then the people in Remon, I have met people that I have been so impressed by because I want to make sure when I introduce my friends to Remon that I'm proud because the people, the culture, they are sweet, they are kind, they are strong, they are business oriented, and they are servants. So I am so proud of the people in Remon and who this company is, and you will be proud to introduce your family and friends to this company as well. Now, the support system. Remember I said that you are not in business by yourself. You're in business for yourself. You're your own boss, but not by yourself. So let's look at this. Remon.com. This is your office. It's your back office. This is where you enroll new distributors, you enroll new customers, you have product orders, order management, sales management, business tools, marketing tools. Everything is here. So I'm on this every single day. I'm looking at what my business is doing. When we go to our Remon.com office, which is under the business. If you go click business and then you go to my office, you'll find it. I promise you, if you start clicking around, you're going to find this. Go to your office and start looking at this snapshot and then start clicking. This is what I tell people. You got to start clicking through this and see where your sales points are at, see what your customers have ordered, and use this as goal setting because there's different thermometers that will share with you, hey, you have this much to go until you get to the next level. And so make sure that you get in your back office every day and start using this to track your goals. You have a personal mall. You get to customize this with your username, right? So my mall is jenny.remon.com. Pretty easy to share with people. So you get to do that by customizing your own website. Now, where are you going to find your customized links that are unique to you? You're going to see this under, you see it right there in that middle phone shot there. It says create bag. That's where you're going to want to go to get your link. Several links that you can get here, depending on what you're wanting to do. The planner enrollment link, or you can have a social media shareable link there too. So again, start looking at that, testing those out and seeing what works for you, but it's all there. And then you can create specific country bags, which is pretty cool. So let's say that I have a set of product that I love and it's, four, five, six products. I don't have to just send people into the website and they're trying to find what I'm talking about and get frustrated and leave. No, I can actually customize a bag that ends up in a cart. So when they click, it's all there waiting for them in a cart, which is pretty neat. So you can make custom bags as many as you want for people. You can even name it for that person, like Aunt Sarah's anti-wrinkle skin miracle set, whatever. You can name it that. And it really does show customer care when you do that as well. Okay, the drive. What does that mean? Well, thank God you and I do not have to be graphic designers. Okay, there's very few people that actually have a really good gift at that. And I was so impressed by all of the marketing materials that Remon provided. I was so proud of our videos. I was so proud of all of our graphics. You go in here to exploreremon.com/marketing, and that is where you are going to find an endless amount of graphics, product sheets, PowerPoint presentations like the one you're watching tonight. Everything is available to you. Nothing is withheld from you. So you can put these things on social media where it's appropriate. You can use these for trainings, that kind of thing as well. Launching your business. Let's talk about this. This is a sheet that you can actually go into the drive. You can get this sheet, and I would fill this out if I were you. Even if you are not a brand new planner, but you've never done this, or you need a refresher and you're really walking into a brand new season and you really want to kick your business off to the next level, go in here and start mapping out your plans. Step one here is put some goals down. What do you want in the first 3 to 6 months? What about the first 2 to 5 years? Put down your why. We tend to give up on things when we don't have a vision and we don't see why this matters. And you're going to hear more from people today why they decided to do this as well. Step two is you need a senior manager game plan. And so I'm going to kick this over to Lori. This is Director Lori. Thank you for getting on here, Lori Aldis, and she's going to share with you how to move into step two, which is your senior manager game plan. Thank you so much, Lori. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can take it from here.
You're good. So I'm actually just going to do a testimonial, but I think I'll pass it over to Julian, who's going to be doing the senior manager game plan. But first off, let me just give you a little bit of information about me. I back in March of 2024, I was looking for something. I was doing another company. I was doing makeup with another company, and I was searching for skincare. My skin, I'm 57 years old. My skin was horrible, just like Jenny was talking about. I was paying for expensive lasers. I was doing Skin Medica, very expensive skincare. I was doing all the things. And I couldn't tell my followers to purchase some of the things that I was purchasing because it was just too expensive. And so, because I was being gifted it from a med spa. So I went on the hunt for something for my people. And I tried another brand, a waterless skincare brand, and it didn't do anything. So my friend Lindsay was like, "You have to try this Korean skincare." And I was like, I've always heard Korean skincare is the best. So I decided to give it a shot. And legit, day 3, I looked in the mirror when I woke up. And usually, as a 57-year-old lady, you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, we're going to need some really good makeup today. And instead, I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I thought, what in the heck is happening with my face? It was absolutely wild. I thought, I look like I have fresh Botox and my Botox is worn off. This is insane. So I told myself I wasn't going to share it with any of my followers for at least 3 weeks because I needed to make sure I was absolutely in love with it and could stand behind it. And I'm just going to show you guys this picture because I think it's going to really show you the power of this skincare and what it can do. And here we go. Let's just show this. So can you guys see that? Okay, good. So this is me before Korean skincare on the top left and bottom left. And this was me after I think this was 8 weeks on the Korean skincare. So Remon has knocked it out of the park with this. It is completely transformed my skin. I'm not having expensive treatments anymore done with at med spas. I'm solely just doing Korean skincare. And so I want you guys to know that if you are like me and you are product focused, um, these products will take you far. All I can say is the reorder rate with these products is crazy. I've been in business in direct sales now for 8 years. With my previous company, had a great customer base, but I'm telling you the reorder rate with Remon is awesome. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of your customers. My biggest thing for you guys to do to kick off your business, you have got to take some good before pictures. Okay. And if you've already started using the skincare and maybe you didn't take some now because I promise you it only gets better month after month after month. It is wild. And there's nothing more powerful to your business than actually a good before and after, a good transformation of your skin. That's what's going to get people to actually purchase the products. So I'm so excited for you guys to kick off your business, take your pictures, a bazillion pictures. You're going to feel like a complete crazy person taking 3,000 selfies. But I'm telling you, there's nothing more powerful in this business than your transformation for your people. So I'm going to pass it on over to Julian. He's going to give you guys a good game plan for senior manager. And you guys, I'm so excited that you're here and congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lori, for that introduction. Such a great testimonial. You know, Lori is one of my favorite people I've gotten a chance to meet. We're not on the same team per se, but one of the things I love so much about Remon, and Jenny talked about it, is just the community, right? You know, yes, we're part of different organizations, but we all play for the same team, which is the Remon team. And I'm just letting everybody know, you want to get to the position of director as soon as possible, because when you become a director, you get something called the Jeju Island trip, where they give you the whole tour of the facilities. You get to see Remon Village, and you get to connect with other amazing leaders in the company, like Lori, like myself, and such a great way to build relationships. But without further ado, I'm just going to jump right in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have so many people from all around the world zooming in right now. And it's such an exciting time, right? Because we can all agree the K movement right now is huge. You know, the #1 TV show, Squid Games, #1 movie, K-pop Demon Hunters. You go on Spotify in any country, chances are majority of the top 10 songs are all K-pop artists. And so when people are exposed to the K movement, they're exposed to K beauty. And I'm pretty sure it's safe to say by now, we can all agree Korean skincare is huge. We can agree that by now, Remon has the best ingredients from the Jeju Lava Energy Water, the Giant Bung Pool, right? We can agree by now, we can agree that the technology with the microfluidizer, the liposomes, the exosomes, to deliver results so incredibly fast, to create those before and after pictures like Lori showed, right, is so amazing. The affordability, like she talked about. And so if you're like me, you're already sold in the company, you're already sold in the products. You know, the only question I had left was, what's in it for me and can I really do it? And that's why I love these calls, because it really goes into detail the system that we have in place to allow you to experience success, right? Now, Jenny talked about the most important part, which is figuring out your why, your short-term, your long-term goal. And I'm going to take it a step further, and we're going to talk about your senior manager game plan, okay? So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Boom. All right, sounds good. So when you get started here in Remon, yes, continue to share, right? When you get started here in Remon, most people start as a planner, right? As a planner, you're going to earn a base commission of 10%. So whatever you personally sell, right? Whatever you personally buy, whoever you introduce to the business, right? On your first level, you're going to earn 10% commissional retail. Now, what's exciting about Remon is we have what we call an automatic promotion system, right? Every single position we have in our company has a certain set of requirements, and all you have to do is meet the requirement and you unlock more rewards from the revenue program. So when you do 3,000 in sales points, and just to give you an idea, it's about 90 sales points, right, to every $100. So when you do about 3,000 in sales, when you do 3,000 in sales points, your commissions actually double. And when I saw that, I got so incredibly excited, because you just do the work. You go out there, use the product, talk about the product, demonstrate the products, and you'll automatically get promoted, right? Now, when you become a senior manager, you do 6,000 in sales points, and now your commissions actually triple, right? You get paid up to 30%, 25% commission, and 5% senior manager commission, okay? Now, what's also exciting about this is oftentimes people ask me, they go, Julian, what if I want to start as a manager? What if I want to start as a senior manager? Is that available? And the answer is yes. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, okay? So the first step is, number one, make a decision that you're going to wrap up manager and senior manager, okay? So set a goal date and then set an achievement date. The reason why a goal date is so important is because Jim Rohn says, right, without urgency, desire loses all value. Right now, you're excited. You want to set a deadline, something to run for, right? Because when you set something to run for, it's going to call more out of you. And the best part about accomplishing these goals is not just the goals themselves, but the person you become in pursuit of it, which is great, right? So let's talk about it. So the senior manager game plan. How do you become a senior manager, right? Very, very simple, right? The qualifications is you do 2,000 in sales points every month for 3 months in a row, or you can do 6,000 in sales points anytime in a 3-month period, right? And where do those sales points come from? It can come from your personal orders, right? What you personally order. It can come from your personal customer orders, right? People that are logging onto your referral link, signing up as a customer. It can come from your first level distributor orders, right? The people that you personally bring in and what they order. And it also comes from your first level distributor customer orders. So the people that you bring in as they go out there and get customers, their sales points will count towards your promotion as well. And that's what I really love about this business. It's all about people helping people, right? Imagine for a second if at your job, your boss got paid based on how well they trained you, how well they helped you, how well they supported you, and how much money you made. How much of a difference would that workplace be, right? Now, as far as the commission release qualifications, super simple in our company, 3 active customers. That's all you got to do. It could be new customers, it could be auto ship customers, right? People that are reordering it, like Lori said. And once you do that, you unlock your commissions, okay? Now, the senior manager commissions is really great, right? On your personal and first level, you get a 25% base commission. You get additional 5% on your senior manager open group. And when you do 1,000 sales points and have 10 active lifetime customers, you actually unlock 4 levels of your UNA level. Now, what's also exciting is our company believes in rewarding you for things you're supposed to do anyways. So if you're an overachiever, right? Someone that doesn't want to make their minimums, their maximums, let's say you go out there and do 2,000 in sales points and you get 20 lifetime customers, right? For that month, you get additional 5%. What if you do 4,000 sales points with 40 lifetime customers? Now, just to clarify, 40 lifetime customers must mean 40 customers that order that month. It's how many customers you have in your entire time in the business have ordered. If you do that, you get an additional 10%. Imagine that, right? Which is great. Now, your personal order rebate program, anything you personally order, the company's gonna give you 12.5% cash rebate. So that's gonna go into your e-wallet. And you're also gonna get 12.5% in Remon dollars that you're gonna be able to use for other products, promotions, events, all these different things. And again, you get an additional 5% senior manager open group rebate, okay? Now, if that wasn't lucrative enough, our company, right? Retail is only one way we get paid. The second way is called open group or differential pay. So how that works is as a senior manager, you get paid up to 30%. Now, when you have a team, right? Let's say you signed up a bunch of customers, you're gonna get paid anywhere from 30 to 40% commissions on your customers, right? 30 to 40%. Now, I come from the fitness background. I've represented a lot of brands. And as a brand ambassador and influencer, let me tell you, they don't pay you that kind of money. Max you get is 10 to 15%. But imagine for going out there sharing these products that there's already such a huge demand for, you get paid 30 to 40% commission. That's huge. Now, let's say you get someone started, you're helping them build their business, and they're only a planner. As a planner, they're going to make their 10% commission, but chances are because they're brand new, you're helping them demo, you're helping them sign up their customers, placing the orders, the customer is going to give you 20% commission. They make their 10, you make their 20. Because why? We're all helping out each other. Now, let's just say you're a senior manager and you help someone get to the position of manager, right? As a manager, they get their 20% base commission. Well, guess what? You're going to get 10%. Why is that? Why did the ratios now change? Well, because now they're a manager. Chances are they're doing more of the work while you're guiding, supporting, and cheering them on. And as you go out there and you help someone become a senior manager in your team, right? They're going to earn their percentage, but guess what? The company's going to give you 5% on top of that as well. And on the UNA level, that's on different levels of business, up to 4 levels, up to 5%. And again, it is so lucrative. We have in-depth training that will teach you how to do this. But more importantly, set a goal, set a deadline, use the products, talk about the products, and demo the products. My first 3 months of in this business, I didn't do anything. I only signed up 2 people. And Chris Kim, my mentor, you're going to get a chance to hear from later, he says, Julian, this business is not hard. All you have to do is just get good at getting the products on people's faces. You don't even need to know how to do everything right away. Just let them experience it. And I was horrible, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know what liposonal technology. I said liposuction technology, okay? And I didn't know anything. But what I got good at was showing people the products, okay? Now, every month we have special starter kits to support people in getting started. Now, one of the things that we're going to tell you, it's not required to get a starter kit, but it's heavily recommended to get a starter kit. And the reason why is as you start your Korean skincare business, what do you think you should have? Korean skincare, right? You want to have products for yourself because you want to be a product of the product, because the more you use it, the better your results. Number two, you want to have products to demonstrate. You don't want to demo from your own stash, right? And last but not least, you want to have products to have right then and there, because some people want to buy products right there on the spot. Not only that, but I like to have extra products because when someone gets started, depending on when they order during the week, will determine when they get the products, right? And what I like to do is I don't want them to wait 3, 5, 7 days to get their products, to build their testimonial, to build their confidence, to go out there and show people. I like to have extra products. So when I sign somebody up, I front them the products so they can start building their testimonial. They can start demonstrating the products. They can start building their business. And once they get their products, they give it back to me, okay? So these are the different starter kits. We have Starter Kit Premium 1, Starter Kit Premium 2. The only difference between those packages is the other products that are available. Now, what I love about this is you're going to get double and triple of some of the flagship products. More than enough to use, more enough to demo, and more than enough to sell it on the spot. Then we have the Starter Kit Plus package, right? That is also a really great package. You get a little bit less product. Then we have the Starter Kit EX line. That's really for customers, right? And look at that price, $335. You get the whole regimen. You get the whole set. That's more affordable than one moisturizer from La Mer. That's, one moisturizer from La Mer. I think the cheapest one's like $400. You get our whole set, which delivers way better results, okay? Now, earlier I mentioned some people who want to get started as the manager level, get grandfathered in, or senior manager level, right? They want to start with a 20 to 30%. They don't want to leave money on the table. They said, I want to maximize my opportunity here. What you can do is you can buy 2 of the starter kit premiums, right? Because it's 1505 SP. You buy 2, that's 3,000, right? You met the requirement for your manager, right? Sales volume. Now, if you buy 4 of those, you meet the requirement for senior manager and you start at the higher percentage. Now, again, I want to reiterate, these packages are not required, but they're heavily recommended. These are going to be your best tools in going out there and sharing the business. So with that being said, my part's done. Oh, these are the Canada prices, right? Can't forget about Canada, right? But with that being said, my part's done. I get the honor and privilege of introducing the next person. And, this person is someone I have tremendous amount of respect for. She's one of the most kindest people I've ever met. And she is a powerhouse, okay? You look at her, she's super nice, she's kind, you feel that. But she's so good at the business. She speaks multiple languages. I heard her speak Spanish. I heard her speak Portuguese. She's Korean, English. She is amazing. And I can't think of anybody better to go over the team leader game plan than her. So help me welcome to the call, Miss Dora Lim. I'm going to pass it to you.
Wow, thank you. Oh my gosh. Julian isn't just extremely kind as well. He's super cool. And him and his wife, Yvonne, are seriously the cutest Riemann power couple. And this is just to show you guys also the perks of being part of the Riemann family. And you get to meet some pretty amazing people. Well, thank you, Julian. Thank you for setting the stage for this next exciting Brink of Team Leader, which I'm going over. So my name is Dora Lim, and I am a director based out of Los Angeles, and I'm a busy mom of 3 kids. I also work full-time running my company in the fashion industry while building my Riemann business part-time. And I started with Riemann a little over 2 years ago, and all I can say is that I have been obsessed with this company. And I remember when I first joined Riemann as a new planner, just like many of you here tonight on this call, I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I was clueless. Now, this is all, I had no idea how this all worked, but my excitement level was all-time high. And that is what got me going. And I remember the thought of becoming a team leader seemed so far-fetched. All I knew is that if I was going to do this business, invest my time doing this, I needed to move fast and smart. The goal was to get to the highest margin possible as fast as I could so that it will be worth my time and my effort. And today I'm here to tell you, team leader is definitely where you want to be. Let me quickly share my screen. Oh. Okay, all right, so let me explain how this works. Maybe you just hit senior manager, or maybe you're on your way there. Either way, you need to plan ahead now because team leader doesn't just happen by accident, okay? Just like you had a game plan to hit 6,000 SP, now you need a game plan to lead. So the moment you hit senior manager, I want you to start thinking, who are my 3 senior managers, okay? Because that's what team leader is. It's about duplicating yourself. Now, make sure that you set a goal date because this will help you stay focused. And what are the qualifications for team leader? Okay, let's break it down simply. So you need to accumulate 50,000 SP total across your most recent 5 months window. You can do 10,000 SP per month for 5 consecutive months, or you can complete the 50,000 in just 2 months or in 2 weeks if you're ambitious. It doesn't matter how you break it up into the months. Just know that you can count 5 months worth of SPs to get this done. And those points can come from customer orders, personal orders, and you can take 50% from each leg in your team. So each direct planner that you have, that's considered a leg. So if that leg is deep, great. You can count 50% of the total volume they generate towards your goal of 50,000. So the more legs you have, the less you need to do on your own, okay? Plus, you need 3 senior managers in 3 separate legs. And in this leadership role, now there is a maintenance of 10,000 SP per month. You also need 5 active customers to release commissions. If you're consistent and strategic and focus on establishing a strong foundation and go wide, this is totally 100% within reach, okay? At team leader, your income potential shifts dramatically. So now you get 4 times what a planner gets, which is 40% base commission. You also get 3 generations of leadership match from your team leaders, and that's up to 40%. This is next level. So what this means is that you don't just get paid on volume, you get paid on how much your team leaders earn. So if you raise up powerful team leaders who's making big commissions, you're going to get a percentage of their check. I love this push and pull system we have because it creates a culture of helping everyone in your downline. When they win, you win bigger, okay? So you also get paid unlimited levels in your open group. As a team leader, you unlock also 6 levels of unit level on top of all that. And you can also qualify for top retailer bonus where you get up to 10% commission extra. So you start at a base commission of 40%, but you can earn up to 50% with this top retailer bonus. If you have 20 lifetime customers, you do a volume of 2,000 SP, you get an extra 5%. And if you have 40 lifetime customers and you do a volume of 4,000 SP, you get an extra 10%. And that's the number that you see there in the middle where it says 40 to 50%. So it's pretty crazy. Oh, and on your personal rebate, you get paid 20% cash and 20% Remon dollar, which is great because that Remon dollar portion is like product credit. It doesn't get included on your 1099, so it's tax-free. Okay. So how the commission actually works. So as a team leader, you get a base of 40% commission on your own rebate and on all your customers' orders. Okay. So as you build levels of leadership under you, you're going to earn the difference in commission based on your team's rank. So each planner, manager, and senior manager, they also earn their own commission, right? So for example, planner earns their 10%. So from your total of 40%, after you pay them their 10, you're going to get the remaining balance of 30%. Okay. Manager, they earn their 20%. So from your 40%, you're going to subtract their portion and you get the remaining 20. Senior manager earns 30, you get 10%. That 40% you're eligible for, you always earn the difference between your rank and theirs. Okay, so the more leaders you raise, the more you leverage. And on top of all that, we have the unit level bonus, which I mentioned earlier. And this is how true wealth is built into this business. So as a team leader, you can easily qualify for this by just doing 1,000 SP each month. And if you have 10 lifetime clients registered, okay, so you're going to get up to 5% extra commission from each planner on your team, 6 generations down. So we recently just introduced this enhanced pay package, and I was shocked and thrilled when I got my first commission. I had to call my friend Karen and ask her, how much did you get? Because the numbers were like beyond my expectations. Extra money for doing what you're already doing. So it's amazing. All right, so this is where a lot of people start treating Riemann as a full level career opportunity, right? The income is truly insane. This is like where most people start earning more than they ever imagined. And it's not because they work more, but because they mastered the duplication and consistency. So this role really stretches your personal growth, which I personally think is one of the most rewarding part of this business. And your confidence as a leader starts to really take place here. It's super exciting. So if you're wondering what the fastest path to team leader is, get to senior manager and duplicate lots of senior managers. Okay, this is the formula. It's simple and proven. So to sum up everything, get your team leader goal date, focus on launching new planners, who are your, three senior managers, and don't make your minimums your maximums, as Danny Bay would say. Always have at least 5 to 10 new planners that are working with you at any time. Plug them into the system, track progress weekly, and celebrate every small win, and help them hit 6,000 SP and get to senior manager fast, and repeat. Okay. You don't get to team leader by hoping. You get there by design and by being intentional. So build with purpose. And just step into that role as a leader, even if you feel scared. And trust me, just do one foot in front of the other. And when you get there, your business will never look the same again. Okay, so I hope that gave you a clear glimpse of what team leader entails. And trust and believe that you have something incredibly amazing to offer. Share with lots of excitement and stay focused. So when those 3 senior managers come into your life, you're more than ready to lead them. Okay, so now I get to pass the call to our final presenter of the night. He is another guy, super cool guy, one who you would never thought to be in this industry. And this is one of the things that I learned very early on. Don't ever prejudge who you think will say yes or no in this opportunity. Most of the time, it's who you least expected to that are going to do this with you, and the ones that you think are going to do it end up not doing it. Okay, so I'm going to pass the call to a top national director, Chris Kim, who has an incredible business and so much to share with you all.
Thank you so much, Miss Dora. Actually, I want to pay some respects to Miss Dora Lim because, she's actually a founding member here in North America, and all the hard work and dedication she's put in is one of the reasons why I made a decision to be a part of the North America Riemann business. And can we give a round of applause to all of our speakers? If you could throw up a 1 in the chat box for Ms. Dora Lim, Jenny Donnelly, Lori Aldis, and Mr. Julian Doan. Let's give them some respect and props for their amazing presentation tonight. Well, I'm going to get to the final part. My name is Christopher Kim. I'm a national director here at Riemann. I want to welcome everybody here on the call, especially the people that are brand new. For the brand new person that just barely got started because they heard the hype about K-Beauty, or they wanted to take advantage of some financial rewards here. Some of you might have started a little skeptical, doubtful, but hopeful in your heart, right? That's exactly how I got started. But it's basic, simple trainings like this that really help me chart the course, really have the right education and knowledge, and really GPS my way through. And I've been doing this for 18 years, and I will tell you, this has completely revolutionized and changed my life forever. So especially for the new people that are on tonight, I hope you guys took a lot of notes. This is going to be the foundation of your business. So tonight, as I close, I'm going to share a few fundamental key points to really becoming successful in this business. Now, I want to talk about committing to your plan and launching your business. You know, in this business, we call it a business because you're a business owner now. You get paid with a 1099. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. This is something Miss Jenny Donnelly actually talked about in the beginning. But one thing I want to really reiterate is when you first launch a brand new business, whether it's a brick and mortar or any type of business, what do? You announce it. You do a grand opening. You tell everybody you're doing it. And by scheduling your 2K pop-ups, you're literally committing to your grand opening of your new future, of your new side gig, of your new business venture. And I really want you to really look at the word action, right? Everything starts with action. And if you're willing to schedule your 2K pop-ups, one thing I want to share with the new person today, it's not necessarily about the results you're gonna get for doing these 2K pop-ups, but it's doing the right activities. It's understanding what goes on in a K pop-up, learning how to do it, and actually going through that experience and really know what it's all about. And you know, production will come with consistency, right? And if you're persistent, you're going to keep it. You're going to be able to keep that big income, right? But schedule your 2K pop-ups, because here's what I want to tell you. Your prospect, they're not going to know what a good K pop-up or a bad K pop-up is. All they're going to remember is how you made them feel, how the products made them feel, and what's in it for me. So I want you to have a little bit of posture, confidence. Make sure you schedule your first and second date to do your grand opening. Schedule that K pop-up. Results are important, but what's more important are the money-making activities that you master along the way. Now, the other part I want to talk about is actually making a list. You know, Miss Dora actually talked about this. The people you think that will aren't going to do it, and the people that think that you won't are going to do it. The reason why, the number one reason why for that is because they were already a yes before you asked them, or they were already a no before you asked them, right? Even for myself, right? I was the most random guy to come into this industry, and most people would have probably prejudged me thinking I wouldn't be open, or, you know, whatever the circumstance may be. But in my heart of hearts, I was open. I was looking for something. And in that crossroad, I was able to find this industry. And at the right time, the right action, you know, I was able to make a U-turn in my life, and really revolutionize and change my life forever. So make sure you make a list, because this list is literally your ammunition. It's your bullets. It's really what's going to set you know, set the chart of your sale, right? It's going to be the trajectory that you're setting. But also, remember, when you make a list, there's going to be multiple areas that you have contacts from. You have email, social media contact, and your phone number. You know, the average person has about 250 to 300 people within those three platforms. So make sure you guys make a list. Remember, do not prejudge. The people you think that will won't, and the people that won't will. So make sure you guys do that. It will cost you a fortune if you prejudge on someone's behalf, okay? Make sure you create your product and business story. This is absolutely important. It is absolutely important. You've heard everybody here on the call talking about take your before pictures. Take your before pictures. Why? Because you're going to be a walking billboard. People are going to ask you, did you get Botox? Did you get some type of a procedure? What did you do to your skin? And that in itself is the exact catalyst that sparks the conversation that will lead you to talk about Remon, Incel Derm ICD, or the K-Beauty Makeup. Whether they become a customer or business partner, you as the walking billboard are going to be able to determine that. So I'm going to share some before and after pictures with you guys, some beautiful planners with some amazing results, people from all walks of life. But this is why everybody can participate in the Remon opportunity, because there is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all skincare product. However, everybody can participate in cleanse, nourish, and protect. And this is why Remon has become an absolute hit. Become a walking billboard. Share your story. There are so many people out there that are getting results from the Bodolab shampoo, or from the ICD experience, or even from the K-Beauty. People are seeing results left and right. So make sure your story is impactful and powerful. Make sure it becomes the catalyst that actually sparks the conversation, and you could, you know, naturally talk about Remon and ICD. Okay. So with that said, I want to talk about the events to attend. Make sure you guys attend the orientation and the Thursday 6 p.m. opportunity presentation. Let me explain why. The whole point is it has multiple faces to this program. It's not just for the new person to come in and get the information and maybe they'll be a customer or maybe they'll be a planner, but it's also for the new person or the manager or the senior manager and it's for you to learn how to be a great presenter. It's for you to learn how to do a presentation. And in this business, how you become wealthy is having many, many presenters, a lot of a little bit of activities being done in your organization. And if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to take notes, if you're willing to pick and choose the things you resonate with, the stories you like, the way somebody delivers the message, right? Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? So it's the art of listening, taking notes, and duplicating and copying the successful person. So if there's somebody you vibe with, somebody you like, or somebody's testimony you love, make sure you take notes. Make sure the certain things that speakers say on these calls that give you that aha moment or that give you that spark and make the light bulb go in your head, that's the notes you want to take, because those are the things you resonate with, and those are the things you can use in your presentation to have impact. So it's not just for exposure, but it's also for the new planner and the existing planners to actually sharpen the axe, make their skill set better, and become a great presenter. And remember, in the presentation, you have to have posture, have some confidence. Why? Most guests, they don't know the difference between a good presentation or a bad presentation. They only remember how you made them feel, how the products made them feel, and what's in it for them. So remember, make sure you and your whole team are always committed on this orientation and presentation, because learning how to do the orientation, learning how to do the presentation in itself is the correct money making activity. So make sure you guys take notes, get the new people on, but you yourself, with a leaning forward motion of action, lead by example and be on it. Learn the presentation, become an effective speaker. All right. So with that said, I also want to encourage everybody to partake in these team events. You know, every team out there, whether it's DBK, Team 1%, XS, each of these groups have their organizations where they have their team events, team calls, and trainings. Whatever team you're a part of, just like Mr. Julian Doan said, we're all a part of the Remon team, but whatever organization you're a part of, I highly encourage for you to be at those team events. Make sure you participate. You're going to meet people from all walks of life, from everywhere, but you're going to soon realize we're all from different places, but we're all headed in the same place for a better financial future, achieving our goals, right? So make sure you get to that team event, come to the first training date. And here's what I want to touch upon: your first convention date. Convention is right around the corner. September 5th, that weekend, the first weekend of September, we will be at the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas. And at convention, this is where top earners are made. This is where national directors are made. This is where the decision is made, and this is where your life is going to change. And the best way I could explain it is these conventions is going to extend your life in your career. Just like how you play a video game, like, those, Cruising USA, car racing games. Every time you hit a checkpoint, what happens? Bam, you get more time and your life extends, right? And that's why we talk about, we build our business from event to event. And what these events are literally designed to do is to transfer the emotion of belief. So if you can transfer the emotion of belief, that's when the belief goes up and the action is taken. So imagine the people with the biggest team there with the most belief, they're the ones that's going to win. That's where the national directors are coming out of. And that's where the top money earners are going to be coming out of. So make a commitment. Be there or be square. You have to be there. If you haven't been to a Remon convention yet, I don't consider you a true planner just yet, because you don't know how the mechanism of the entirety of the business works. This is a big part of the business. We only do it twice a year. Make sure you guys promote, take advantage, and be there. So tonight we had a chance to really cover our support system. We got to cover Remon.com, how it works online, obviously the Drive, the marketing database for you guys to go and find everything you need from the ABC 1, 2, 3. And also, we also touched upon how to launch your business properly, all the way from planner, manager, senior manager to the team leader game plan. And we also are going over monthly event calendars and promotions. So with that said, like I had said, the convention is right around the corner. We're going to have all the top producing money earners, top ranks, recognition, the chairman, founder, Mr. Danny Bay. Everybody's going to be there. This is a life-changing event. It's a learning event. Make sure you get your team registered, and we will see you at the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas, first weekend, September 5th. In Las Vegas at the Rio Hotel. All right, so I want to kind of touch upon our 3x promotion here in August. Now, this is a really, really powerful promotion. We want to gain a lot of steam and momentum, driving it into the Remon Roadmap Convention in Las Vegas. So here, let me kind of go over this. So we have these tier bonuses for your production. So if you enroll 3 planners in the month of August and help them each generate 1,000 SP. Now, this is important because this is literally the practice of understanding how to unlock your uni level, okay? If you recruit 3 brand new planners and help each of them get 1,000 SP and you yourself have 1,000 SP, you qualify for the tier 1 and get an additional $300. For the tier 2, if you enroll 3 planners in the month of August and help them become managers by August 31st, 2025, along with the 1,000 SP, everybody has to have 1,000 SP. You and your 3 front lines has to have 1,000 SP with the 10 lifetime customer points. You will hit tier 2 and unlock $1,000 in additional bonus. Now, how you get tier 3 is enroll 3 planners. Make sure they all get their 1,000 SP and 10 lifetime customers. You yourself have to have 1,000 SP and 10 lifetime customers, and you help them become senior managers by August 31st. You're going to unlock tier 3 and make an additional $2,500. So with that said, the participating countries will be United States, Canada, Mexico, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, and Singapore. So unfortunately, if you're building in the Korea and the Philippines market, they will not be participating in that. So wherever you are in the world, if you have a team in these prospective markets, you will be able to qualify and get paid on this promotion. However, if you are a participating member in the Philippines or Korea, or if you have a team in the Philippines or Korea, those production BP and SP will not count towards this promotion because those countries have their own particular promotions running at that time. So just be aware of that. So for those of you that have any questions, this is for the month of August. One thing I want to reiterate, make sure you and your brand new 3 enrolled planners have 1,000 SP, all of you, and 10 customer lifetime points along with the qualifications. Okay, so we're going to have this all in the drive for the terms of the promotion. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. So with that said, Remon 2025 has been an exciting year. We actually have gone into 9 countries, I believe, and we are at the cusp of opening Japan. Now we're just finalizing our Philippines Open, along with all the other Asian countries that has come along since 2023. At the end of the year, we are anticipating Japan as well. So it's a very, very exciting time. But guess what? We live in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. Why? Because everybody from every country is in this country. So what does that mean? You could build local while you think global, right? Have the global mindset, but you could literally build a global business from the convenience of your backyard. So make sure you network, pay attention to the people you're around. And here is the new announcements for the next Remon orientation, August 12th. We're going to be having our wonderful speaker, Mr. Jermaine Johnson, Ms. Sharon Lee, Tracy Zimmer, Mr. Michael On, and the wonderful Ms. Karen Kang. They will be hosting this next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This Thursday, August 7th, I will be a presenter doing the opportunity presentation, Remon Revealed, with our top producing senior director, Ms. Joan Nunn. I pursued her and her husband for about 8 months, and they finally said yes. They're at the doorstep of national director. So make sure you guys get on this call, take some notes, and you're going to be able to see really the powerhouse and really how this opportunity can change lives. So with that said, this is our August calendar of events. As you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays are our official Remon orientation and opportunity presentation. For those of you that are senior managers and I would consider team leader candidates, make sure you wrap up team leader so you could get to that team leader gala at Vegas. And also, as you know, every Monday morning, Mr. Danny Bay, president of sales, has a team leader and above leadership meeting. You don't want to miss that. You want to be on that call for all the insights and, ahead of the game news. All right. So with that said, my part here is done. We're going to be wrapping up. Thank you so much for being a part of the Remon orientation. For the new people, make sure you use this as a building block to become successful. I want to thank all the top speakers. Thank you, everybody, for your precious time. We know you're serious. So I'll see you guys in Vegas. I'll see you at the top. See you guys Thursday. Have a great night. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Record.